So how does all this technology sound? In a word, impressive. Not in a grab your ear in a quick demo way, but in a natural, musically consonant way. The drivers do not betray much of their metal diaphragm material, an impressive feat considering that there is little contribution in the sound due to cabinet resonances, which can cover up the sins of more modest drive units. The KEF LS50, previously reviewed here on AV Showrooms, also took pains to employ a low coloration cabinet, and like the Vivids, their drivers were an essential part of the success of the system. An ultra-low coloration cabinet with poor or modest drivers would not be a worthwhile exercise in my view. Here the drivers do more than hold their own in the context of a premium loudspeaker system. All in all, the Vivids remind me of a working man's Rado C1.1. My familiarity with this speaker is from show environments, so I don't want to make too much of this, but I mean it as a high compliment as I really like what I've heard of the Rados. The Vivid's overall frequency balance is generally quite linear. The tweeter may not have quite the electrostatic sweetness and transparency of a few stats and ribbons, but it's not far away from that and doesn't come off as overbright or dull. To me, its well-chosen balance could be called very slightly exuberant. There are no major frequency response aberrations in the bass, while limited in low frequency reach by the cabinet size, does very well as far as it can go. I really like the clarity and overall transparency here. This sense of freedom from distortion helps the beauty of music to shine through. They'll play as loudly as I would want in a room my size, so unless you like your music really loud or have a very large room, I don't think there would be an issue here. Of course, there is the limitation that not being a planar or other large format loudspeaker, the image has a more limited sense of height than those kinds of loudspeakers do. But the depth and width of the stage is very fine with a good sense of hall ambience and little sense of the speakers as sound sources, so overall the illusion is successful. The general even-handedness of this design means to me that they are suitable for whatever genre of music you feel like listening to within the obvious constraints of a small speaker. They respond beautifully to well-recorded material, but generally do not invite poor recordings to do their worst, making them quite suitable for the range of real-world recordings of real-world music. To me, this is a characteristic often underrated, but a necessary part of long-term musical satisfaction. In conclusion, I can recommend the Vivids without hesitation. They're well built, sound excellent, and even the shipping cabinets are well considered. The importer, Philip O'Hanlon of On a Higher Note, seems like a good guy and is definitely a music lover. The V1.5's price range is hardly petty cash, but is reasonable for what you get, especially considering that no expensive speaker stands are required. It gets you into the Vivid sound at a price it can be aspired to, and it competes well with speakers of its type, even many well above its price. Thanks for watching and happy listening from AV Showrooms.